Welcome, guys, to another episode of Glow Getters, where I go and experience wellness with your favorite Boston influencers. Today, I'm so excited to be working out, honestly, for the 12th, 13th time now. The Boston iconic Fitfluencer sisters two-tone training.
I can't believe I have that. Oh my god, we're so excited.
I'm so excited. This is just I feel so comfortable at this point with you guys. Like, you may recognize them from Equinox, you may recognize them from Sip and Stride, you may recognize them from run clubs, you can recognize them from literally anywhere and everywhere that has to do with fitness. You bet your ass Shay and Leah will be there. So with that, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a modified workout with these two girlies while we're going to be going through a brief Q&A. One thing to note, though, is these classes are no fucking joke. The more you go, the better you're going to become and the stronger you will feel time and time again. So I'm going to be here to show you guys what these classes look like, and here we go.
All right, well, we're going to do a little bit of a dynamic warm-up before we get into our strength training circuit for today. So starting with our feet shoulder width apart. Let's never get your knees towards your chest. Bouncing off the balls of your feet. You're here for 3, 2, 1. Drop it onto all fours. Pedal it out for 3, 2, and 1. Walk your hands back. We're going to do forward lunges. So,
how do you guys keep your balance? Woo.
that was part of the game. Part of the working body. Right? Some people think like, oh no, wait, no problem. But that's not always the case. The way that our signature format works, signature programming, is that it's 20 seconds per move. So it's short, it's sweet, it's sweaty. Right? You have 3 moves you go through 4 times total with very short breaks in between those cycles. So move number 1, we're going to start with lower body. Squat, overhead. Squat, overhead. Are you trying to keep your shoulders level? We're going to go nice and slow.
Okay.
I see your eyes just starting to pop out of their sockets.
Well,
it's going to be okay.
I think it's just a little more relatable too, just because I feel like when people are seeing a new movement for the first time, like, trust me, like, I go through the same thing.
Right, and that's why we run it 4 times through, so that people get that repetitiveness.
Right.
All right, number 2, you've got a snatch, so you're going to come up, your elbow comes up, and then we're going to go slow hammer curl negative. We're going to go down to the ankles, up to the knees. Down to the ankles, up to the knees. When you come up, you focus on squeezing your glutes and really using your core to get yourself up. So if you're feeling pain in your back, that means your core isn't activated. So it really is a core movement as well as really a full body movement.
I think one thing to note is that all the classes that I've been to, you guys are really, really analyzing your people in your classes.
One, yeah, absolutely.
And really offer like good modifications. I feel like I've been in fitness classes where they're offered, but they're not really demonstrated.
Right.
And I think that's something to note with working out with you guys, is like, I've gotten stronger, but I started with those modifications first.
Yeah, I gotta start somewhere. Yeah. Good. So if you feel this in your glutes and your core, you're doing it right. If you feel it in your back, you need to fill your stomach with air. 3, 2, 1, and drop.
Woo.
Okay, so the shoulder covering between rounds. How do you feel?
Yay, I feel good. Leah, how do you go from marketing to this?
Marketing my apps, maybe? I don't know. I feel like, honestly, I'm so, honestly, there you go. No, I feel like you talk to people and they're like, what are you saying? And then something completely different than where they started. So I feel like what we do though in two-tone training is go back to the right side.
Yep.
It's a lot of marketing. It's marketing ourselves, marketing our classes. 3, 2, 1.
Right. Has that like always been your life passion though?
To market or?
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily. I was actually a college athlete. I played basketball and lacrosse.
Nice.
And I kind of was like, all right, business is safe.
Yeah.
Marketing, you gotta market something.
Right.
3, 2, 1. Really great thinking on my end. Real clean. So, and so it just sort of felt like a safe bet. I was like, really know what I wanted to do, much like a lot of people.
Right.
So when I graduated, I was like, okay, I can apply this to almost anything in my life.
Right.
3, 2, 1.
Whew. What's your favorite part about the journey so far?
With two-tone?
Yes.
I mean, I think it's really the people, like yourself, right? It's getting to meet so many different people, so many different walks of life, and finding that commonality of people who really just like want to get better. So that's been so cool. The friendships I've formed has been amazing. 3, 2, 1.
Whew.
One more time.
One more. I'm here. You guys haven't lost me. I'm here. A couple months ago, I would have been gone, but I'm here.
3, 2, and 1. I mean, I guess the other cool part, is building something really awesome with my sister.
Oh.
I'm waiting for it. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, very cool.
Who thought of the name?
I think Shay did. We actually had so many different names to start out. I remember brainstorming. 3, 2, 1. At one point, it was like sweat equity.
What?
Sweat equity. Like just like a lot of like the basics being community.
Oh, okay.
Traveling around.
I'm in finance, so I was like, equity. I was like, stocks?
And then we're like 2. We're trying to combine our names, Shay and Leah. Dowdy, everyone thinks Judy. I'm like, oh no, we can't do anything like that. 3, 2, 1, and then I want to say Shay was like, okay, there's 2 of us. How can we? What famous words start with a T as well? And good old Google.
That's smart.
Look at rolls right off the tongue.
Oh. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
I suck with dancing, and I think that's what makes our format so fun. Is that you get like the strength training, like almost like the athlete side of things, but then you also get kind of like the fun, coordinated, like let loose dancer side, and I think that's what makes us two-tone, 2 of the best types of things together, and hopefully it's a good experience.
Yeah. No, I love it.
The dance here is you got kind of like a boxer bounce here. You're gonna kind of be bouncing off the balls of your feet. We're going to start facing this way, so bouncing off the balls of your feet. And we're going into something called a hinge kick. So a hinge kick is this is why the Kung Fu fighting comes into play.
Oh,
you
okay.
start by putting your weight into your right foot.
Okay.
And then you're going to switch your weight. Just right here, switch your weight.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's try that one more time. So weight in your right foot, switch your weight. Boom. Okay, now you're going to add a little bit more power. So you're going to start on that right foot. Again, left leg up. But this time when you switch your weight, you're going to kick your right foot.
All right.
So we're going to give ourselves some room. So when you bring that, let's try. Bring that left foot up. Switch the weight. Kick.
Okay.
Boom. One more time.
Okay.
Switch the weight. Kick. That's it.
Okay.
Next move goes like so. You're going to start in a low squat. You're going to hop out, hop in, up, down, out, in, up, down.
Okay, this is doable. This is actually fun.
Oh, she got it.
Yay! What did I do? What are your like workouts inspired by? Like, do you take inspiration from things that have toned you guys up? Like,
yeah, like I speak with so many other fitness instructors, and I think it's important that like when people get so like channeled in on what they're doing. But I think like some of your best work comes from after like trying out others instructor styles and then like finding your own custom style. Like when I had a fitness mentor at Equinox, like But like how I teach isn't necessarily gonna be how you teach. Like so find what works for you, like take things from me and then hopefully you're gonna find your own voice.
Right. I've taken like a couple of, so the reason why I don't cover classes at Equinox is to make wellness and fitness a little more accessible.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things though is that people don't have to be Equinox members to take your guys' class.
Right, yeah, that was a big deal for us, and that was like somewhat recent is that we got nominated as Regional Heroes for Equinox, so we're like the only signature format in Boston that you can take at Equinox.
I kind of love that though, because then it makes it more accessible to people in a way that like you don't really think about when you're a gym member, right? But it must be something when Equinox, the luxury of fitness, is welcoming people to join two-toned in finding their wellness goals. And I think that's amazing. Every time I've been to classes, there are repeat people. People aren't just one and done with you guys. Like they're there for a reason.
It's nice.
It's really cool. And I think the personality shows too, which is one of my other favorite things. Like aside from the fact that you guys make the modifications realistic, like I never feel like when I first started, like I never felt ashamed to like take the modification. I was like, you know what? I can't hold the plank for 30 seconds. I can't even hold one for 10, but I'm gonna do it anyway, you know? So like now I think it's become so much easier because I'm like, wow, like if I didn't feel so welcome into that space as somebody who was like getting back into my fitness journey, like I wouldn't have come back.
Yeah, and I think what we really try to hammer home is like some of the relatability too, right? Like honestly, like I used to be 50 pounds heavier than I am now.
No way.
And so like fitness like wasn't always, or like just like nutrition in general, and you don't realize how much it like goes hand in hand. Like you grow up like with cookie cakes always in the house and Oreos and all that stuff. And like as I've gotten older, like I've just like found like such like a healthy balance between like my social life and still like going out drinking, eating what I want to eat, but then also like training and doing something I find is like fun. I hope people kind of like find the same kind of home and do their training.
Did you always have that like hand in hand, like with your passion for studying fashion and then like pivoting into like becoming more fitness?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I like in school, I obviously like grew up in a family of like athletes and fitness, and like it was something I was inspired, but like I didn't have like necessarily like the confidence to get there. So when I started finding like group fitness, I really found like my place, and then I really start to like kind of like shift from just like high fashion to like activewear.
Yeah.
And so I started when I graduated FIT. I worked for a bunch of activewear companies and interned for activewear companies. And I felt like I was like home. I was like, okay, wow, I got like the sportiness, I get the excitement, I get the fashion, and that's, I mean, people can count on us for a great workout, but also like a coordinating outfit, matching shoes.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's like part of like the two-tone brand.
Like I was just telling them before we started this, like this line was not there.
She's toned AF.
This line was not there. I literally told Shay a couple weeks ago, I was like, dude, I'm like getting lines. And you were like, yes, let's go.
You are, Daddy. Yeah, you are.
So it's just nice to like being in that environment with you guys where it's like, yes, like I can push myself a little more. Like I can change my 5s for 10s. I can change my 10s for 15s and like go from there. Okay.
Push off. Put it down.
Okay. Do you touch the ground? No, you don't. Okay.
Yeah. Elbow goes down. Extend.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we had to start a little fresh because my phone died. So I had 2 more questions for you guys, and then we're up and out of here.
All right.
So what is your advice for people who are just starting out on their fitness journey? So people who have gone to like a couple of classes, they're not seeing results, and like they just feel kind of frustrated and they don't know where to start.
So I have a few personal training clients, and I always tell them to really start small because you see, the biggest burnout and quickest burnout is truly when people try to go 0 to 100, and they go from no workouts to 7 days a week and eating kale and chicken and and no carbs, and it's not even right. It's not even like what you should be doing. But anyways, they think that by doing all this stuff, that's the road to success. But really, it's the small changes. It's if you go up the elevator to the 14th floor, you instead go up the elevator to the 12th floor, and then you take the last 2 flights of stairs. And then next week it's going up to the 10th floor, and really just small, tiny increments, making those tiny changes. And then eventually I don't know if anyone's ever read like The Compound Effect, that book, and eventually you just see that those small, tiny changes really do add up into big progress and big changes over time.
What's your advice, Shay?
Honestly, I was gonna say the same thing. I think just like also finding something that like really is like realistic and you can incorporate into your routine. I think some people, there's so much information out there, and there's
not like one way to do something, and just because what works for Sally might not work for me. And so trying a little bit of everything. And I think people don't take advantage of like the free trials out there. And especially when it comes to fitness, like find something you like. And even if like CrossFit or two-tone isn't your thing, like there's just like maybe it's spin and maybe it is climbing your stairs or going on the outdoor run and just figuring out what works for you.
I love that. What's next for two-tone? Like what's the vision and just what's the end goal?
Yeah, no, two-tone has been like such a wild ride. We got started in our parents' basement, so it's like kind of surreal. Like we never really thought when we like went live on Instagram that it would turn into like what it's turned into, these community events, these big activations, us getting to travel, us getting signed with Equinox. So it's hard to like kind of guess what's going to come next, but definitely in the foreseeable future, we're really hoping to travel a little bit more. Obviously, starting with the Hamptons, we did a pop-up run club in NYC. So I would love to just like get two-tone out there, continue to grow like beyond the borders of Boston, and yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself.
With that, I'm gonna sign off. Thank you for watching another episode of Glow Getters. Thank you to two-tone for bringing me with them for another tone class. Lucky number 12. So that's good stuff. Well, thanks guys. Like and subscribe and see you soon. Bye.